Hi, Susan and Siena here. This is day 9. And so we're not filming every day. We don't want to inundate you or nauseate you with our thinking or our process, but we're filming here and there as we experience being stuck at home just like the rest of you. You may notice that one of us has a little bit of we think it's just a head cold. You don't need to be worried for us. My partner Eric had a head cold, and we think that's what Sienna has now. So we're both feeling pretty good other than that, making the very best of it. So today was your first day home that was supposed to be a school day. So last week was March break, technically, even if it was kind of a wonky March break with how the world shifted and sent us all indoors, which is the right thing to do, right? We're trying to flatten that curve, and all that means is to make sure everybody doesn't get sick all at once, okay? So that's really what it's all about. And so we're doing our part, and I hope you're doing your part too. But today was a bit of a different day because technically it should have been a school day. So how did it feel for you?
Well, I can't fully say since I was sick, but it was boring and I went to school.
It was boring. Okay. What else? What'd you do?
Um,
Long, awkward pause.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I lost everything. I cleaned the kitchen,
She did.
just fed the cats.
Mm-hmm.
I did math,
Mm-hmm. You did.
a math test.
Mm-hmm.
Still more math to go.
So, the thing I want you to hear is, so first of all, she started out by saying it's boring. And, I actually think you had an okay day. I'm really a big believer in, I think, making the very best of, there's some good things about being home and together more, and so making the very, very best of that, trying to bring in some healthy routines and more time together and all of those sorts of things. But boring is studied. It's been studied in the research as a stress response. So just think of it like a low level anxiety discomfort. That's why many of us eat when we think we're bored, or, you might have your kids say, oh, I'm so bored, I'm so bored. You don't know what to do about that. Well, you can't take that away, and it's not our job as parents to fill every minute. I actually think a little bit of that sort of feeling is very normal and healthy, and letting kids struggle with it a bit. They can handle it. They may not want to. They may want you to fill it with all kinds of stuff, but they don't need that. They can figure some of those things out on their own. So recognizing I'm bored, I'm so bored, is actually just a little bit of a low-level stress response. And so the other thing I want to tell you is you heard us talk about a little bit of math. So I gave some real thought to how to do this homeschooling thing. I know everybody's kind of worried. If your kids aren't in school, you think you have to be, homeschooling them right away. You don't. That's my opinion. You really don't. And I'm a teacher, a longtime teacher. I taught Sienna's in grade 6. I taught that twice or maybe even 3 times. So
Technically, grade 6.
technically, well, she's not. She's got some ways to go. And I'm not panicking about her missing a little bit of school. I do want the school board to come up with some plans if this is long term, but they will. And our kids will be fine. They really will. We have this idea as non-teachers that schooling is about filling this empty vessel, uh, you know, passing on knowledge. And so you have to be the expert to teach. It doesn't really work like that. There's definitely some subject areas. There's definitely some things we as parents are going to have to do, but we're not all turned into instant homeschoolers. Don't fill your day with technology. I'm a big fan of inquiry kind of stuff, problems to solve, really creative things to figure out, right? Things to build, and I don't know, projects to kind of figure out. Those are all really, really great ways to fill the days. practices to help the family around the home, and kids help your mom and dad, your aunties, or whoever it is you live with, right? Do some extra stuff. It feels good, and you're being part of the plan. So the reason I chose math, I sort of thought about, I wanted her, Sienna, to have a little bit of something every day. And she's got so many things on the go that she's, exploring. But math was one of those ones that sometimes gets her a little bit overwhelmed, and so she's great at math. There's no issue around that. But I thought, well, let's just take this. We'll have a little bit of fun with it twice a day for 45 minutes. She's doing a bit of math. Some is just practicing some, getting some things, so, some things to get sort of into the automatic brain, um, um, times tables and those kind of things, just to go super super fast. And the other thing is just like a curriculum. It's just an online site from her grade, and she's just practicing a little bit of extra stuff. So that's sort of been part of her day, right? So how did that feel? Were you thrilled about it?
About the online school.
Yeah, that I gave you. There's
It
lots of free stuff out there.
it definitely took up a lot of time, and I was happy about that. And then, um, yeah,
She did it way longer than she had to.
I did it for like 3 hours.
She did. It was great, right? So Sienna's not feeling super well, and we're just going to call it a night for that. But I just want to say thank you, and we'll see you again for our next one. I love you.
I love you too.